Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? Good Monday morning. I have my coffee and my new mini catalog. So the new mini catalog has been live now for a little over a week. If you don't have a catalog, you can go to my website and check out the catalog there. If you don't have a demonstrator that has gotten you a catalog, just let me know, and I'd be happy to get you one. I could ship you one or drop you off one or whatever. Just let me know if you need a catalog. So this morning I wanted to talk really quick about, okay, so what draws you to a stamp set, or, you know, are you a flower person? Are you, do you like the cute little cartoon type ones, or kids stuff, or what gets you excited when you open up the mini catalog? I've been a demonstrator for 22 plus years, and I have to tell you that every single time Stampin' Up! Comes out with a catalog, I can't wait to get my hands on it because A, all the ideas that are in there, and B, the inspiration that it gives you. And it doesn't just give you inspiration for card making or paper crafting, but kind of a little bit of life inspiration in there too. So that starts out with the cover this year. This is the January through April mini catalog, and it says Little Snippets of Joy. And, you know, being the new year and all that, it's true about little snippets of joy. We need to hold on to those little snippets of joy that happen every day in life. And there's some great photos on there. There's always a ton of inspiration. This here kind of gives like a little bit of a Mother's Day feel, which we have coming right up around the corner in May. So there is some stuff in here that, you know, you could make some great Mother's Day things. And then it kind of continues over on the inside of the cover of a mother and a daughter kind of scrapbooking together. Looks like they've been out in the garden. Sarah always does her little thing. It used to be Shelley. So that's always fun to read. I always love to read those. And then we get right into it with kits and all that kind of stuff. So as I was going through, looking at the new stuff, I was like, you know, just kind of going along here. And we get some Valentines. We've got the new where they give us layout templates, which I love a lot. I love that inspiration. I love this stamp set. This is on my wish list. This covers just about every spring and holiday that you could think of, plus birthday. Yeah, this is a good one. This is on my list, on my wish list. The Father's Day, like I said, Mother's Day, lots of good stuff in here. But and this beautiful set, I love the colors, and that's something that draws me, is the color. It's the color combinations that always gets me, that always seems to really draw me in. And so as I was going along, I came across this suite here. This one is called Nature Walk, okay? And the minute I saw this, I wrote it down and said, this is one I gotta have. So I'm a earth tone person, that colors are drawn. I am drawn to colors that are very earth tones. I love greens. I love browns. I love the fall because that is all very earth tony colors. I'm a gardener, so I think that's why, you know, anything that's nature inspired draws me to it. But this was definitely one I had to have. So this is one of the first suites that I bought. So this is the spread in the catalog. And then this is a bit, not a bigger suite because it only has the one stamp set and die set. So this is a little bit more affordable one. This one is $84.75. The Prayers stamp set is sold out. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I didn't realize that. Anyway, I was reading my comments. Sorry. Hi, Connie, by the way. So it goes on to give a little bit more. And this here where it says, capturing the essence of nature. Our artist wanted to create designs that subtly evoke nature and dimension. So she hand-painted these soft, abstract designs using acrylic ink with paintbrushes, daubers, and a palette knife. The result, gentle hints of nature and layers of texture. And that's another thing that I'm a big one on is layers of texture. I love texture. So I bought this suite. So I am going to show it to you this morning. I'm going to start out with the paper since we just talked about that. We have some really beautiful paper. And it just told you how the artist came across with these different, and even though the paper doesn't have texture, it looks like it has texture. So, and look at the colors. This is just like a swirly one. And then I think peacock is probably one of my favorite colors. I just think peacock is just such a pretty rich color. And we have this one. We have this one. And again, even though the paper doesn't have texture, it looks like it has texture. So then if you were to emboss this, just think about how great that would be. Oh, and there's that peacock again. And then we have this one. So I'm going to show you a quick little, let me show you the stamp sets and the dies. So the stamp set is, whoops, I've got mine in there. I haven't decided just exactly how I'm going to store my stamp sets yet, but I'm still working on that. I like you lots. To a great guy, you make me smile, and thank you. This big, beautiful branch here, a little bit of another stamp that would give you some texture. And then the dies, we have what kind of looks like wood here. Another one that does like polka dots, which I think is kind of neat. Another big leafy one where you can cut out the stamps. So we have the ones that cut out the stamps, plus we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different texture ones. And so I'm just going to slide my stamps back in there because I don't want to lose them. And my stamp room is a mess as usual. And then we have, I've already cut out some dies that I'm going to use. We have, these are called faux bronze pentagons. So those are kind of cool. And then we have, oops, let's move this over here. We have a Secret Sea ribbon. Let's go ahead and open that up and see. I want to say it's like a linen ribbon. It looks like it might be like a linen ribbon. If I can find the spot where I need to open it. I have such a hard time finding the beginning and end of things. I think it has something to do with I don't have my glasses on, which is probably why I'm having a little bit of an issue. Hi, Sandy. You're selling me on that DSP. I'm telling you, Connie, it's really pretty. I love the colors. And I'm going to do a masculine card this morning, which I don't... Ooh, I love this ribbon. It is like a see-through ribbon, but a linen-like ribbon. So it's the same on both sides. So for me, it's great for making bows. Those ribbons that are same on both sides are my go-to for making bows. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a masculine card that I'm going to do. Now, it also comes with this package of specialty paper, which if you're a texture girl like me, you are definitely going to want to put this on your wish list. This is called Nature Hues, and it is in cream, tan, and gold, okay? And to me, it reminds me of handmade paper. It reminds me, it's got that same texture like handmade paper would have. It's a little bit heavier like cardstock, but can you see the texture? So, and we have it in the tan, or was it, what did I say? Cream, tan, and gold. Yeah. So we have cream, the tan, and then a gold. And you can see the little flecks in the golds. That's what reminds me of like the handmade paper. A long time ago, we had papers that were called natural, and I still have some because I love them. I just thought they were really cool. They looked like handmade paper, and they had little flecks of other colors in them, which you get when you make handmade paper, if anybody has made handmade paper. All right, so let's go ahead. So I'm using the browns because I'm going to use To a Great Guy. Isn't that what it says? Yes, To a Great Guy. I don't do masculine cards a real stinking lot, so this morning we're going to do a masculine card. You caught me on the fly. I was up late watching the Golden Globes last night and watching my teammate Candy do her live. She did some alternates with the December Paper Pumpkin that were awesome. If you don't follow Candy, I highly recommend you find her. She's Candy's Craft Corner on Facebook. And then she has a YouTube channel and all that fun stuff too. So, oh, I see red in there. Yep, there it is right there. All right, let me grab a new, oh, this one doesn't want to come apart. Kind of stuck there. Let me grab a new refill here. Quickly. And as I look in my refill bucket, I need to put those on my list. So I get off of here, I gotta put refills on my list. I was so disappointed because when they had that big sale, the refills were sold out for so long that I had them on my list for quite a while every time I put in an order, and they were sold out for quite some time. All right, so we'll go ahead. So this is for the inside of my card, and I don't normally layer on the inside of my card, but I thought doing this masculine card this morning, that it would be kind of fun to layer the inside. And so I'm giving the inside that little bit of depth too. Whoops. I find that if I don't press very hard, I don't pull the paper. So I'm trying to, and it's hard because when you get to the end of one of those, you have, whoops, this needs to be on the inside, Joel. When you get to the end of one of those, you are kind of pulling kind of hard, and then now I'm doing a new one and I don't need to be pulling really hard, so try not to tear the paper. All right, I have this little strip. As you guys know, when I cut 4 by 5 1/4, and you get the 2 pieces out of the 12 by 12, you then end up with an 1.5 inch piece, and I cut those in half and do 2 3/4 inch pieces that I like to put on the inside of my card. I have these little die cuts that I've already cut out of this set, and I'm going to put one of these on the little side. Memento ink is still unavailable. Wow. That's the bummer when they have some of them sales and then everything sells out. It takes so long for them to get stuff back in. All right, and we're going to put this guy on the inside, just like that. These are my 2 focal points for my words that I'm going to use. I have this one kind of going. You guys know me. When I make a card, I usually make 2. I make the sample, and then I sit here and make the card with you guys. But I'm running a little bit behind this morning. Like I said, I watched the Golden Globes. I was up kind of late. That's a very late night for me. I don't normally stay up that late. So it was that and watching Candy. I was falling asleep because I was watching. I had the Golden Globes on the TV and I had Candy on my iPad. So, so when we do that 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, we get that little 1/16 of an inch of the early espresso poking out around. I grabbed the early espresso because that's kind of like what it looked like, the words to me in this, but they do not list early espresso, I don't think, is one of the colors in this package of paper. These are like the only browns. The rest of them are blues and greens. So, all right, and then we're just going to put this guy right in the middle, just like that. Now we have both cards at the same spot here. I've got my little things inside. It's a gorgeous ribbon. Is ribbon easy to tie a bow? Yeah, I believe so. Watch. So when I do bows, I do the 2 rabbit ears right over left or left over right, however which way. And then I just go through. The rabbit goes through the hole. That's how I taught my kids how to tie their shoes. But anyway, and then you know me. I like to play and fuss till I get my loops where I want them and a nice center. But yeah, I think it does a nice bow, Connie. And it's a beautiful color. It's beautiful. Because it's the Secret Sea, but it's because of the linen, it's not as dark as the Secret Sea like paper and stuff is. But it's a really, really pretty ribbon. Really pretty ribbon. I'll just set that right over there. All right, so now we're going to work on my salutation. So I'm going to grab my pecan pie. And we're going to do to a great guy. And I'm going to kind of put it over to the right-hand side, like that. Okay. Same thing with this one. All right. Now, I have these that I cut out, some more of those little leaf or branches. But then I grabbed this because I thought this would really go great with this suite as well. So if you don't have it, you might want to grab it. This is yes, irregular weaved trim. And I just, again, I like it because I like the texture. So we're going to use that, and I thought it looked good on here. So I grabbed that, and I'm going to grab one of these pieces of this ribbon, or this paper, and I want to see which one kind of looks better. I think I'm going to go with the tan. And we're going to cut a piece. We're going to cut a piece 4 inches across. And then we just needed about, let's do an inch. So I need one, 2. All right, and then I'm going to tear this. And because I like this so much, I'm going to save that. Well, how would it look if I layered it on top? Oh, that looks kind of cool. Let's do that. All right, so we're going to grab this guy. And we're going to layer him on top like this. So then we get the 2 tiered layers. We're just adding a ton of texture to this card. So I'm going to put that right across there, I think, because then I'm going to do this to a great guy. I'm probably going to pop that up. And I'm going to add this in there too somewhere. This is going to go right across the top. But we might attach that to the back of that. So let's, I think I kind of want it towards the bottom. All right, let's, whoops. I knew that was going to happen. I really should have just used the glue. So let's put this right across here. That's giving it our textured feel there. To a Great Guy is going to go kind of pump it up. And I cut this out. To a Great Guy has that textured. So this is in the textured notes. Now, textured notes, the stamp set is on the clearance rack at a really good deal, and this would go great with the stamp with this. So if you have this, you could probably get away without buying these dies in this stamp set. You could use this stamp set and dies with it. And so the dies that came with this stamp set are those lovely rectangles. They are not on the last chance list. They are probably going to carry over, so they are not on the last chance list, but the stamp set is. And I'm not sure if it's still the bundle price or not. So I'm thinking I need a little color around the edges. I'm not so sure I like that because I have all this other texture going on. I'm not so sure I like the edges. So I happen to have a sponge dauber here that is, and I'm just going to sponge around the edges of this guy. And I'm pretty sure this sponge dauber was with Early Espresso. I didn't have it marked, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Oh, I like that so much better. It just toned it down, and it also highlights the texture around the outside of the rectangle. So we're going to do that guy on there, just like that. And actually, let's do a piece of this going this way, underneath that. Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's do that. So let's put this guy down, and because he's like, you know, we got to put something over top of him. So we're going to put a little glue on this guy. And we're just going to do a little bit of glue on the bottom because the top leaves are going to hold over. And remember, liquid glue, a little goes a long way. So we're going to put this guy right like that. And we have that textured ribbon behind. And we're going to press it down for a minute so the glue goes down through. Hello, Miss Sandy. All right. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm just gonna snip that off. I don't want it to be square. I'm just gonna snip that off, and let's put some dimensionals behind this. And I think I really like the way this came out. Sometimes stamping on the fly with you all works out. So I think you'll like this. I think it makes a very nice masculine card. So we're going to put that right there. What do you think? Whoops. Can you see the detail with that trim behind, and then my 2 layers of my torn paper here? I really like this. And then on the inside we carry over with that. Looks great. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to use some of these dimensionals. Now, these dimensionals feel pretty heavy to me. So, these might be ones that you might want to be careful about putting on a card. Because, especially if it's a card you're going to mail. So, I'm going to go with the little ones up on the top here. Take your pick tool. Where are you? There it is. All right, so we're just going to grab some of these little hexagons, and I'm going to put one there. Let's do one over here on my torn paper, and then I'm going to do one down here. Right like that. There we go. Perfect. Love it. Great for Father's Day, or a guy that you know that's having a birthday. If I was going to do a birthday, I'd probably do a happy birthday on the inside. But you guys know me. I don't usually do too much on the inside. I handwrite on the inside of mine. I don't usually stamp anything on the inside. So yesterday was the 10th. We have a new paper pumpkin. I don't have a picture of it yet, so I'm not really sure. But if you are doing the paper pumpkin, you're going to definitely want to get your add-on. I think this is the one with the tulips, maybe. Right? Yes, February. Yeah. So this is the one with the tulips. And then March looks like it goes with the beautiful. So if you need more information on the paper pumpkin, just let me know. I am anxiously awaiting my virtual card retreat kit. It should be here this week. I'm not really sure why it shipped separately from the order that I put it on, but it did. I'm not really sure why that's happening. Maybe somebody else like Sandy could tell me. Somebody who's read all the fine details of that, but I will be participating in that virtual card retreat. I'm looking forward to it. I did the scrapbooking page one, and now I'm going to do this one. I will be away to crop that weekend, but I am bringing it with me and hopefully going to work on it. So that is my product of the month has also changed. We have a stamp set this time. Oh, yeah, sure. Sandy, I would love to do a Valentine's make and take for that crop. Sure, I have a bunch of stuff going on for Valentine ideas. Oh, and I saw you signed up for my card class. How exciting! I'm very excited that you're coming. I'm doing a card class local. It is on my Stamping with Julia page. It's at Andy's Addict here, which is in Winsted, the next town over. It is this coming Saturday, and I think there's still room. I think only 4 or 5 people have signed up, but I will, 4 or 5 people is a nice little intimate bunch, so I like that. But definitely, if that's something that you're interested in, let me know and I'll send you more information. You have to sign up through them. There's a girl who keeps track of all that and everything. So you have to sign up, and there's a link in the invitation and all that to sign up for that. And it's $25 for 5 cards. And we're going to be doing birthday cards. So it'll get you off to having a little stash of birthday cards to get you started off for the new year. We have the bonus days going on. So for every $50 that you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon. Make sure you have a current email that you use with Stampin' Up! Before that, because they do send the coupons to your email. I talked a little bit about Last Chance products. Always check that list. There's always some good things on there. And right now there's this textured note stamp set, which I would highly recommend adding to your collection. And I think that's all I got for housekeeping this morning. I'm over my time. I'm almost at a half an hour. I like to usually do like 15, 20 minutes. But anyway, this suite, beautiful suite. It is called the Nature Walk. So it gives you the feel of walking through the woods or walking in nature. I am loving, mine came unstapled in the center of my book here. Ooh, that doesn't usually happen. Have to re-staple it. Yeah, so lovely, sweet. Gives you a little bit of an extra layout of how they came up with the textures that they did in the paper and everything. I'm loving this one. You'll see some more creations with this paper for sure. All right. I'm going to let you guys all go. Thank you so much for stopping in on my Monday morning coffee and a card. I hope you've enjoyed my little card that I made for you. Let me put it out here where you can see him. I'm going to finish up with my second one. And I have a big, long to-do list today. I have lots of things to get done. So tomorrow we are going to do Mystery Card Night right here at, I think it's 7 or 7:30. I will put that on Facebook today. I'll make sure I make an event on Facebook so that you can see what to gather, and stop by tomorrow night and we'll be putting together a mystery card. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Always a lot going on here in my crazy little world. Thank you again so much. Hi, Bet. Good to see you this morning. Sandy, I will definitely put that on my, and I'm not going to go in this time if somebody calls out. I was supposed to go to the crop Saturday and they had call outs, so I had to go. A lot of this awful flu going around, so everybody stay healthy, drink lots of fluids, wear a mask if you have to. I'm an EMT, and for the first time since COVID, they're asking us, or they're actually not asking us, they're telling us we have to wear a mask when we go in the hospital. So the flu that's going around is nasty. So just keep that in mind when you're out in the grocery store and stuff. But I find one of the best cures for all that stuff is fresh air. Nature walk. Take a lovely walk out in the cold, crisp air, and it does a lot for you. It makes you feel good. All right, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll all be stamping together real soon. Have a great rest of your day.